boys and girls. I was just looking at this lovely collection of hats of different universities that mean a great deal to my family because either they went to school there or they're big fans. This first hat is for the University of South Carolina Fighting Gamecocks. Many members of my family attended school there. We used to love going to their football games. This hat has a real special meaning to me. This is the University of Virginia, and I am a Virginian. This school was founded by one of our first presidents, Thomas Jefferson. He was the gentleman who also authored the Declaration of Independence. Right now, I like them a lot because they're the national men's basketball champions still. This hat here is very special to me because it belongs to my sweet Jennifer. This is where she went to school. Do you see the Indian emblem on the front? That's because this is for the Seminoles from Florida State University in Tallahassee, a very fine school with a lot of wonderful wins in sports. And this last hat, I think everybody knows. It's for the Gators of the University of Florida, right here in Gainesville. They play football in the swamp. My buddy Will has this awesome hat that actually has an alligator on it. I should have borrowed it for this taping. Hi, Will. You know, it's fun to have favorite teams and to cheer them on. But sometimes we get an attitude with it. We think our teams, our schools, are better than anyone else's. Sometimes we become very judgmental and critical of other schools. You know, boys and girls, it's not just with our favorite sports teams or universities that we do this. We can have an attitude with our opinions are better than someone else, or I can do certain things better than other people, or my jobs are more important, or where I live is better, thinking that we are just totally better than everyone else. That's prideful. And it's very dangerous when we look down on others and say, they're not as good as me. Jesus' disciples had a problem with this too. One day, James and John, knowing that someday Jesus was going to be King of Kings and Lord of Lords and sit on a marvelous throne, came to Jesus and said, we want to sit on either side of you when that happens. I wonder what James and John was thinking. I think that maybe they thought they had done more for Jesus, that they were better than all the other disciples, that they deserved better treatment. Word got out to the other disciples and they weren't happy. Oh, great commotion. And Jesus had to set them all down and tell them something that seemed really strange. Because you see, to God, it isn't the great, boastful, proudful people, but it's the humble, servant attitude people that he loves. Jesus told them, I'm your example. I left the glories of heaven to come to this earth and be a servant to mankind. Jesus said in Mark 10, even the Son of Man, referring to himself, came not to be served and honored and glorified, but to serve. Jesus not only served others, he paid the ultimate sacrifice by giving his life for others. Jesus doesn't care all the great things we do. He wants us to have humble hearts and to love and serve others. Let's pray. Jesus, forgive us when we become proudful and boastful and we think our ideas and our desires are more important than others. Help us to love on people and try to do things for people and even be sacrificial for others so that they can see Jesus in us. So, go Gators, Cavaliers, Gamecocks, and Seminoles! Woo!